Hello there everybody, thank you for joining us once again on the Colour Passion channel. I'm Kim Gow from Colour Passion, and today I wanted to do a charcuterie board but a long platter. So I've got a dear friend who would like one, so I thought I will do this video for her. Okay then, let's go and have some fun. I'm thinking she wants blues greens, so I'm going to show you the colours in just a moment. So let's go and have some fun. Okay, here we are back again, and I have mixed up my resin. It's all ready to go. So I've stirred that fully for a full 3 minutes. And actually, I've just realised I've got to put some lights on for us so we can see a bit better. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so we've got the resin ready. Then we've got Island Lustre. Now this is a new colour you wouldn't have seen before. It's quite a beautiful fresh green colour, but lovely for ocean in tropical type settings. Then we've got the lovely Lorraine shimmer. We've got Thornton shimmer, and we've got a blue passion, and we're going to mix some Max White Sparkle into the blue passion because I just love that combination. And we'll use Passion Topsail White, and that will go obviously over the top. And then I thought I might just add a little bit of soft gold just to add a metallic in, and just do a bit of a swizzle. And I'll show you what my definition of swizzle is when we get to it. So what I'm going to do now, I've actually popped this, these are these poo-wee cloths that actually they're doggy training pads, but they're so good for resin. I don't want to get any resin or colour drips or anything on this wood because it's so light, it's likely to stain it. So what I've done is I've put this underneath to hopefully protect everything. Okay, so now I'm just going to mix in the Island Lustre. I've mixed about 160 mils, I guess, of this resin, equal amounts of part A and part B. And we are using the fast cure. So generally it'll give us up to around 30 minutes to working time. Now you've got to be organised and move with it, which I'm sure will be fine for most of you. I work pretty fast anyway, and I've got everything here ready to go. Right, we've got our white just coming into here now. It's a long board. It's 1.2 long. I'm not sure if I told you that, but 1.2 meters long by 30 centimeters wide. So we've got a bit, you know, we've got quite a long board. So it's a bit hard to film it. So I'm just going to do one end because the commission, my dear friend Beverly, if she's watching, welcome Beverly. And she just wants it on one end, and she wants it in the blues and greens. So that's why I thought, well, keen to try our new sort of tropical Island Lustre. Thought that would be lovely. And we'll also use as I said, the Lorraine, the Thornton, the Blue Passion together. I think they, you know, will be a great match. So I'm just going to wipe down my, oops, got 2 cups there, sorry. My spatula, making sure that I get it all off. Then I'm just going to wipe the silicone spatula down with one of our fabulous Sally Sugar soap wipes. They are fantastic. If you've watched us before, you'll know that we use these all the time because they help us keep anything from getting contaminated, and you can just wipe it down. They're just brilliant. If you get them on your skin, wipe it off. Beautiful. Now, I'm just going to put, I think, just a little bit more out of this one into here for the soft gold. I mean, I don't need a lot, but I do want a little bit. Oops, managed to get that off there. Anyway, there we go. Okay, so now We'll start with the Island Luster. And this one's, as I said, quite a tropical green, quite a liquid consistency. And we don't need a lot. So I'm wiping off all underneath. Remember that 5 to 10% ratio. We don't need anything more than that. And it's easy to overdo it when you're mixing small amounts like this. Just giving that a good mix to make sure that the colorant, the pigment paste, is really mixed up well into the resin. Okay, oops, our next one is the Lorraine shimmer. Lorraine is our beautiful stockist in Canada. This was named after her. So hello Lorraine, if you're watching. Okay, so there's a bit, just looking there, that should be fine. Always get into the habit of giving your pastes a good mix, a good stir before you put them into your resin. There we go. A beautiful colour. One of my favourites. I love it. So that's the Lorraine shimmer. Then we're going to go the Thornton shimmer, which is same sort of colours, but it's darker. So again, this will be just gorgeous and go beautifully with that. Just a little bit more. That's plenty. Okay, so we're just going to give this a stir. It's a little bit awkward today because I'm sort of, where I've got the camera situated, there's a pole, and because it's a long piece, I'm having to kind of work straddled around the pole for you, but never mind, we'll get there. Okay, that is the gorgeous Thornton. Now, Thornton is after Jeff Thornton. He is the beautiful husband of Erica. They have artisttilldeath.com in Dallas. They are amazing couple, and they just push out the most incredible work. If you know, you've got a little bit of time, please have a look at their artisttilldeath.com website. Not the website, actually, YouTube, so you can see their videos, because they're really good at sharing information on all sorts of things. And of course, they're our very special stockist of Colour Passion there. I think I'll put this in, mix it all up together. This is the Max White Sparkle. I really do love it, mixed in with the Blue Passion. Just gently putting it in because it just flies around everywhere because it's so light. So what I'm going to do is just gently stir, just until it's combined with the resin, so that all the floaties don't come up everywhere. All right, now we're right. Okay, I'll put it over here. Hopefully you can, oh, where are we? There. You can see it. It's just gorgeous. Love it. All right, now I've got some bit more resin on my fingers and my gloves. I'll just take that off. Right, now we'll have a bit of the top cell white. Again, we just give it a little bit of a stir. This one's a lot thicker. The base white is a lot more viscous. This one is, just make sure we've got enough. There we go. Oops. So you can see that I've dribbled some bits on here, hence why I'm using this to protect the board. It's a very smart idea. I don't always have them, but anyway, that was a good one. Because otherwise, especially when you get dark colours, honestly, it is so easy to dribble and you can stain your board and not get it out, and that's a real shame. Okay, we've got our wonderful top cell passion. Okay, and we're just going to make up this little bit of gold, which is just lovely, and it'll make up into almost like a lava, I suppose. It's like a floating gold. And I love this one because it's exactly that, it's soft. So again, I'm just going to mix it just gently. There we go. You can see that there. Where are we there? It's just lovely. Okay, so now we're ready to pour. We've got them all lined out. We've got our board in place here. So I'm thinking I might start with the Thornton Shimmer. No particular reason other than I do tend to start with the darker colours first. Now I don't want to go like in a straight line across. I sort of want to, and what I like about these paper cups, you can pop them into it like a little spout. And I'm right-handed, so this is feeling rather awkward here. But anyway, we'll just start, I think, maybe down here. I'll just sort of, you know, just cross like so. And then we'll just drizzle it around. We want this area covered. Okay, then I think we might pop some green on, which is the Island Luster, the brand new one, which you're seeing here. It's not released yet, but it will be in the near future. Just around here and there. Okay, I think that's enough of that one. Then I think I'm going to put on the gorgeous Lorraine Shimmer. I just want a little bit of green poking through. I don't want to overdo it. That's why I put that down first. And I thought I'll put these ones over top of that. A bit there. And a little bit over here. Okay. And next we'll have our beautiful Blue Passion with the Max White Sparkle on it. In it, I should say, not on it, in it. Again, pouring it with, you know, like a bit of a point there. Come around here just so that it's not just all one colour on the end there, perhaps. Just gently sort of putting it along here. So just by touching those little gaps that are in the resin, it'll just allow it to cover it, which is what we want. I might actually go along and I'm going to leave it till after, but I think what I'll do is, no, just want to run along the edge here just to make sure it's wet with resin so that when it rolls over, it's got something to stick to. And it'll make a nice edge, which is really important on a cheese board, I think. I'm just going to go underneath so I know then that it's running up against that tape, the edge of the tape anyway. Beautiful. All right, that feels good to me. So it feels nice to work with. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the white on. I'm just going to sort of every now and again, just put like a little pond of white, because then I'm going to have a much better chance for it to lace up and create some, just a little bit of interest on it. Because if it's too thin, you know, you haven't got anything for it to lace. So we just want to do this to give it some lacing opportunities, I guess. All right, we'll put that there. That's possibly enough. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is what I call swizzle. Now, swizzle is simply this. It's just swizzling over like that. That's a swizzle. And it's just putting a little bit of thin lines just over it. I don't want anything thick. All I want to do is use it really as an accent. That's a bit thick there, but just as an accent, because with the metals, they can take over. Be warned. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get our heat gun and work it. Okay, here we are. So just going to start it on low. I'm just running over the top and it'll burst the bubbles that have been created through the mixing process. I'm doing that first. Then I'm going to hit the white, hold it, and I'm going to thin out that white, and then that is going to create our lacing. You can see really how easy it is. Look, I've gone the wrong way, haven't I? Went over it, which we don't want to do, but anyway. We're going to run off the edge, that one, but anyway, we'll just keep going and see what happens. There's no wrong way, right way, there's just different ways of doing it. Not pretty. Okay, I want to come back over here and see if I can just create a bit more. Problem is, because it's on the edge, it'll probably run off. So there we go. I might actually, because it's moved around a bit, I might actually just put a little bit in here. I don't want to play around with it too long and cook it up, because it's not a good thing. Okay. There we go. Okay, well, we'll just leave that one. I think it's interesting how that little line went down there. Okay, maybe just this bit here to see what we can get. All right, we'll just leave it at that, I think. Okay, so look, it's just a very, very simple pour. Nothing different about it. It's just on the top of the board, and I think it's going to, you know, be lovely. Bev only wanted it on one end, not the other. I normally would have put it on the other. However, I think this is going to be absolutely fine. All right, everybody, we'll wait till it cures, then I'll come back and we'll have the reveal. Okay, everybody, we're back again. Now, what I've done is I've scraped off all the resin, which would obviously never have cured because it was all part A. So if ever that happens and you think, what is going on here? You've mixed it up, you've put in the correct amount of colour, and it just doesn't do anything, and it doesn't hold the lacing, and it just keeps running. That is why you've put in 2 parts of part A or 2 parts of part B. Alrighty, so I have mixed up the correct resin this time. I'm just so upset about this, but however, we just move on, don't we? Alrighty, so now I'm just going to pop into the cups. It is a beautiful resin, actually. Now I've got it correct. Just popping it in here, ready for us to pour our piece. And it's a little bit bigger. I'll have to do a little bit bigger, obviously, over here to cover where it's run to. But that's what we need to do. So that'll be fine. It'll still turn out nice, I'm sure. It's just disappointing, you know, in the beginning that this has happened. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to get on with it, don't you? And on top of that, I had a nasty fall today in our warehouse. Cut my face, really hurt my knee. So yeah, not feeling a bundle of joy tonight. But anyway, I'm with you guys, so I'm sure by the end of this, I should be feeling a lot better. Okay. There we go. All right, we're just going to put that there. I'm just going to wipe down my silicone spatula. The reason why I use these, they're actually quite good, but they also minimise bubbles as opposed to stirring with wood. So I've adapted to using them most of the time now. They're really good, and you can get them, you know, honestly, really cheap from online, like Temu, and I think that's wonderful. Alrighty, let's put our Thornton shimmer first, obviously named after the wonderful Jeff Thornton, who's just had a 54th birthday. So a very happy birthday to him. I'll just see if this is enough resin. And he's obviously from artisttilldeath.com, and he's the man behind it, and Erica is the beautiful lady behind it. So there we go. That is just such a gorgeous colour. Gosh, I love it. All right, so that's that one. We'll put the Island Luster in. Now, I don't want a lot of this green. In fact, I'm going to pour a little bit off, I think, into the Lorraine shimmer. I just want enough. I'm stirring, always stirring before I pop it in. Scraping underneath. You just need the tiniest amount. Not a lot at all. And you can see how well or how opaque it's going to be simply by mixing around thoroughly to make sure that your colour is really mixed in well with that resin. Yeah, see that's quite, you see that, but it's quite opaque over the spatula. So that tells me I've put enough in. Now we'll do the Lorraine shimmer. And remember, I've used these little pads here to protect the board, which I just think is a really good idea, because no matter how careful you are, you're always going to spill a little bit. So if you don't have these, look, paper toweling, I guess, will be absolutely fine. This is the gorgeous Lorraine shimmer, another beautiful colour. I am addicted to blues and aquas, and this here hits my sweet spot. Just gorgeous. Making sure I really mix that well into the resin. Beautiful. Really love that. Okay, there's that one. Now, Blue Passion. Here we go again. And this is quite thick, this one, but doesn't matter. We still need to mix it, pop it in. And if you remember from the last one, this is the one I'm going to add the Max White Sparkle into. I just think it's a match made in heaven. And all of my seascapes, when I use this for the deeper ocean, I pop in the Max White Sparkle, which, as I said, I just really, really love. Pop a bit more in because I just love it so much. All right. So with this, as I showed you before, just a really slow stir until that sparkle has mixed in with the colour and the resin. Then you can mix it up a bit. Otherwise you get all those little bits floating around in the air, and probably not the best thing to breathe. Oh yeah, look at that gorgeous, gorgeous sparkle. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so now I'm going to mix up a little bit of soft gold. And the soft gold really is just to do an accent over the top. I call it a swizzle. And I'll show you that. Well, I showed you before, but you know, I'm just going to again gently stir it. It really is like a molten lava. It's just gorgeous. And it might sit better this time, as soon as we're going to have the right combination of resin. I particularly like this one. Another one is old gold. That's also very popular. There's rich gold, there's rose gold, there's copper, and there's our aluminium. They're all the metal powders, and they really are stunning, and they're all floating. So that means that they will float to the top. I've got the white. The top cell white is always rather thick. So we, again, still need to give it a stir. Just taking off the underneath portion of what's on the spatula. Then I'm going to just give it a bit of a stir into the resin and make sure that it's mixed properly. Now I'm going to come back to here, wipe that down to make sure that everything is mixed in. Now what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to test the temperature just to see where things are at. 21.4 is the temperature of the actual resin in the bottles. And this is now 26 after a few minutes and mixing it as well. So, okay, so now I'm going to start by my naughty pussycat. Scratch because he wanted to come in. Now he wants to go out. Go on, out you go, you naughty boy. Come on, out you go. They love it, don't they? When they know you're busy and they just can't help themselves. Anyway, okay, so this is the gorgeous Thornton. So now I'm just going to pour this around here and just around all over. Maybe a little bit over there. I mean, this colour is so gorgeous for oceans. Anyone who likes sort of an aqua kind of colour, you will love this particular shade. I think I'll actually put the green in next because I don't, and it's called Island Luster, and that is a lovely shade of green. I'm not really a green lover, but with this I can see it in a tropical type water setting, and just over all of our pour here, if I just put little bits and pieces over, and I'm hoping that what it's going to do, it's just going to blend in with it, and I think it's going to be lovely. Because the last one where it didn't mix properly, it actually was really pretty. I could see that softly with the others around it, and it really was quite lovely. Now we've got our gorgeous Lorraine shimmer, after our lovely Lorraine in Canada. Okay. Again, look, I'm just emptying all the resin out to cover this area. I'm so crossing my fingers that this one's going to turn out lovely. For my beautiful friend Beverly. And I'm hoping that this is going to do it justice and she'll be happy with it. Okay, nearly last anyway, of the main colours. We're now going to use the Blue Passion, and it's got our gorgeous sparkle in it. Oops, oh dear, I dropped a little drip, and this is always a challenge, dropping a drip onto the light wood. So in a moment, I'm going to hit that with some of my wipe. Worst case scenario is that I can probably, once it's cured, I can come back with it and sand it. with my trusty sander. Right, I'm just going to get one of our beautiful Sally's sugar soaps. It's just such an amazing product to save our bacon, and it does. Gee, I don't know if this is going to come off, but it will do once I sand it, because fortunately it's not up too close, so I should be able to sand that, you know, just fine. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is with the white, I'm going to put it into a point, and I'm going to pour it across, but I'm just sort of going to do every now and again sort of like little pools of white so that it has the opportunity to lace up. The interesting thing about this is that I have come back at a later point, like up to 30 minutes later actually, and it's been amazing the lacing you can get. So that's something to give it, you know, have a little bit of a think about it anyway. Now I'm just going to just run over with the heat gun. Now I'm going to, with the white, I'm basically just going to thin it out. And by thinning it out, it's going to create some stunning lacing. Look how easy that is. Just gently, gently on the low setting. It's got a high heat, but it's a low setting of air. And it will run over a bit, but I'm just really wanting to hit it so that I can get a lovely bit of lacing for you. Right, here we go, back over here. It's a lovely colour combination actually, I must say. Beverly wanted blues and greens, so there we are. We've given her blues and greens. Okay. So far so good, huh? Let's hope that it's going to hang in there. Might just add a little bit more white over here to balance it, because I kind of figure that it needs something just there. I'm going to leave that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my swizzle. Now, my swizzle is, as you've possibly seen before last time, it's just going across like so. Just not a lot, just a little bit, just to add some interest to it all. And I may actually just come around a little bit more sort of on the edge here, because it might disappear a bit anyway, just to make it a bit more interesting. And we'll see what happens with that. Okay. Now, what I want to do here is I just want to make sure that all of this is going over the edge. So I'm just going to run with my finger around, touch it where I need to, just checking to make sure that that edge is covered with resin, because we want to have nice edges. That's, to me, really important. And I'm running along the bottom here so that I touch that tape and I know that the resin and the colour goes back to that tape. Okay, so let's hope that that's going to be okay. Well, it's certainly a little bit different, and it wasn't anything probably like I thought I was going to get, but you know what? It's okay after a disaster. Let's just hit it with the torch just a little bit, coming over the top. Got to be very careful with the torch because you can really burn this resin so easily. So I don't really want to do it too much at all. But I just wanted to get rid of any surface bubbles and, you know, see how we went. And we've got, you know, a little bit of the gold there. So that's quite sweet. And I can't help myself. I just want to just come around the edge here a bit. Not right on the edge, but happy to sort of come near the edge. Hoping that it might sort of float down a bit to the edge. Okay. All right, everybody, look, let's leave that as it is for now. And we'll come back when it is cured. Oops, I've spit it there. A little bit dribbled off. Yeah, we'll come back and we'll check it out in the reveal. Okay, see you soon. Good morning, everybody. Here we are for our reveal after our pour last night. Just bringing you in here. Had some nice lacing happening. It went down obviously a lot more further probably than what I would have liked, but that was because we had to cover up where I had to scrape off that previous batch. But I think the colours are really pretty. So just to recap on that, we had the new one, which is going to be called Island Luster. We've got the beautiful blue Passion, and it's, you might be able to pick up a little bit here. Sparkles, just a little bit of sparkle here and there, which I think adds to it. It's lovely. I'm on my patio because unfortunately the weather's not kind to us again today. And we used some of the soft gold, we used the top cell white for the lacing, and then we also had Lorraine shimmer, which is really pretty, and I think the colours of these all meld very well together. So I hope you like it. I hope you've learned something from it. And please leave a comment down below if you want to know anything about it. These boards are 120 centimetres long by 30 centimetres wide. I am going to show you another one which I did previously with a shell theme, ocean theme. So I've popped that onto the top, and then coming right the way down the bottom, just on the bottom corner, on the bottom corner here, I've got a little shells as well and a little bit more colour. I actually like doing it like that, but there we go. So this is our charcuterie board, and the board all the way down there. Lots of space for meats and cheeses and maybe some dried fruits or something. Lovely. Okay, everybody, well, that's about it for this week. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and remember to hit that notifications bell, and any new products we always release on here, so you'll be able to see them. Okay, everybody, and remember, if you don't give it a go, you'll never know. So what are you waiting for? Get out there and give it a go, because if I had given up after the first lot, this wouldn't have happened. So there you go. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time.